let us have a very important solidarity message. A while ago, I've said that Senator Trillanes, our first solidarity speaker, exemplifies bravery and courage. This woman exemplifies bravery and courage. Let me present to you our second solidarity message from a person who was named Times Person of the Year. She was CNN's bureau chief in Manila, then Jakarta, became CNN's lead investigative reporter, focusing on terrorism in Southeast Asia, co-founder, CEO, and executive editor of Rappler. Mga kababayan, Maria Ressa.
Hello, everyone, and I'm really sorry I couldn't be there in person today because this is an important day to mark 3 years in detention for Senator Laila de Lima. Also an important day to acknowledge that what we are seeing in front of our eyes is death by 1,000 cuts of our democracy. We at Rappler know this firsthand. In 2016, when Rappler came out with our series on the propaganda war, information warfare on social media, we were pounded by attacks with the intent to silence our voice, at least 90 hate messages per hour. That was followed a year later by the same attacks coming from the most powerful man in the Philippines. President Duterte, in his State of the Nation address in July of 2017, said that Rappler was foreign-owned. We are not, right? You know the independence of the journalists in Rappler. So by 2018, just a few weeks later, we had not just a subpoena, but by January 2018, a shutdown order by the Securities and Exchange Commission. 2018 was a banner year for Rappler. In a little more than a year, the Philippine government launched 11 cases and investigations against us. 2019 was the next wave. In order to remain free, I had to post bail 8 times. And it's not just me. The 7 directors of Rappler from 2015 were included in 2 of these cases. 2019, my Valentine's Day gift was to be arrested and to be denied bail, right? It seemed like the government just wanted me to feel its power and to spend the night in detention. The second time I was arrested, I felt like the shackles came off. I know firsthand what happens when your rights are abused. The theme of the conference, lawfare, weaponizing the law. I actually talked about this in the very first day, a year ago, the first time I was arrested. My Valentine's Day gift. On February 14th, I talked about how the Philippine government had weaponized the law against journalists. The kinds of legal acrobatics that we have had to face and continue to face in court show how far the Duterte administration is willing to go to curtail, to intimidate, to harass journalists. The important thing here is to hold the line. We at Rappler stand by that. We will not voluntarily give up any of the rights guaranteed by the Constitution. The important thing here is to continuously point out that unthinkable actions are being taken by our government, like filing a quo warranto case against ABS-CBN, the largest broadcaster in the Philippines, just a little more than a month before its franchise is actually ending, right? This is a machine gun approach to try to control the largest network in the Philippines, and it filters down to all of our rights. Remember that press freedom is the foundation of every right that's guaranteed in our Constitution. So what do we have to do? We have to make sure that we do not normalize unthinkable acts that would never have been possible under any other administration in the Philippines after 1986. And we have to remind ourselves of 1986. This country coined people power. This country fought for its freedom. What we've seen in the last 3 years is how social media has gone after the facts, right? The kind of money that has been thrown onto social media, the disinformation networks that make you doubt what the facts are. Remember, a lie told a million times becomes truth, becomes a fact. Without the facts, you can't have truth. Without truth, you can't have trust. This is why our democracy is as weak as it is today, because without the public square, without the facts, we cannot have democracy. Even though we hope for the best, we're prepared for the worst. And that's what I hope you will take up here. What we've seen over the last 3 years is the 3 C's: corrupt, coerce, co-opt. We've seen a budding kleptocracy happening in plain sight, a shakedown for the large corporations in the Philippines. Businesses are affected. I hope today you discuss exactly how we can protect the rights that are guaranteed by the Constitution and bring back a robust democracy. I'm Maria Ressa in Rappler.